Whew. Okay. I see everyone. Man, do we have an exciting show today. I forgot what I was going to say. But hello, everyone. Everyone in the building. I wanted to open up my mini blinds, but it's like bright out. It's like, hold on one second. It's like bright and foggy out. So I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know what's going on and what's happening, but shit, we here today. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about today. It's a lot. There's a lot. It's Friday. Everybody acting ghetto today. Okay. It's Friday and everybody acting ghetto. Okay. As usual. A lot of the stories that I was sent today, shout out to the Nosy Bystanders for keeping me up to date. I didn't even know half this shit was going on. I just try to mind my beeswax. Okay. I just try to mind my beeswax. But shit, here we go. Because we have so much on today. And we also have new sponsors. I'm so excited. So excited. Hello from Louisiana. I'm so excited we have new sponsors. People want to put an ad on this ghetto show and I love them for it. We're not that ghetto. A little. And that's okay. So yesterday we were talking about a lot of stuff. We got into a lot of details. There was a lot of questions. There was phone calls. Everything was going super haywire. So today we try to get a little structure because we have a lot of news to go over. So we have to be able to structure this accordingly. Okay. We talk about ghetto people. We don't want to be ghetto. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Everybody here on the Voices app, everybody here on TikTok, everybody here on YouTube. When I look like this, is because on my end, this is kind of what it looks like. It looks like Voices, TikTok, YouTube. So I'm looking this way, I'm reading comments from YouTube. And this way I'm reading comments from Voices. And here, well, then I could just see you. I love the wig. Thank you. I didn't do it myself. So I just want to jump right into it because I really want to get to this John Gray article. Now, shout out to the Nosy Bystander. I actually want to give her a shout out because she's not the first person to actually send me this article. This news, but I don't know why. I just took the time out to actually fucking read it. I said, let me just go ahead and read this shit. But first, before we get into John Gray, let me just see who's in the building. So we have Humble. Is it Tabrielle? Hello, Nico. Hello, sexy as DJ. Hello, introverted. How are you? I Dream and the Tainted Gent. Okay. Is it Oriella? Hello, Essence and Franz. I never know how to pronounce your name, Franz. So who do we have here on YouTube? We got a lot of people on YouTube. Shockingly, we have Empress and Loretta and Tracy and Vicky and Wu Child, our only moderator. Wu Child, I feel like if I could hire you to moderate all three of these channels, it'd be great. But Wu Child, I've been checking your Instagram. It looked like you're still on that goddamn cruise, but that's okay. So we appreciate you. Okay. We have Fabra and Binky and Nikki and Anissa. Hello, everybody in the building. Let's see who we have over here on the Voices app. Hold on. Give me a second. I got to get my bearings together because I want to get into this John Gray story. And there's a bunch of other stories that I want to get into as well. So let me see who we have in the building over here. I can't see. Voice is always treating me dirty. That's all right. We'll see who's over there in a minute. So I wanted to get to this John Gray article, but first let me give a shout out to the Nosy Bystander who sent it to me. I really appreciate her, and I want to make sure I get her name correct. Her name is Samantha. Is it Samantha? Her name is Samantha Brown. Now, I don't know where she catches the story at, but Samantha, if you're watching us, thank you. Work, Steph with an F, you're also like me. So shout out to Samantha Brown for showing me the way, showing me this John Gray article. I appreciate her, wherever she's at. Hello, Auntie Coco. Hello, Tamika. And hello, Steph with an F. So let's get into this John Gray article, honey, because the ghetto is ghettoing. Now, let's just make sure we preface this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't John Gray cheating on his wife a couple years? Wasn't John Gray cheating on his wife a couple years back, or am I crazy? Okay, he was. Got it? Oh, he was. Okay, so he was trifling a couple years back. Now I remember that story vaguely, and so without having to look it up, I'm gonna just tell you what I remember, and then y'all just correct me if I'm wrong. So John Gray was out there sliding on his wife, and apparently there could have been possibly a child in the mix. Then his wife goes on this like speaking tour. Do we remember that? His wife goes on this very long, extravagant speaking tour talking about the devil is a liar and they trying to shake up my marriage and whoop de whoop de whoop and what's up 6-4 and blase skip, and people call her a big dum dum. Smash the like button everywhere. So that's what we talk. So that is, do I got that slightly correct? They say he's still sliding on his wife. Is she still with him? Does anyone know that if John Gray's wife is still currently with him? Miss Russell, you said your cousin was a member of the church then. Okay. No, she not. You lying, Shay. According to MJ Pookie, they still together, y'all. I'm trying to get this out with a straight face, but it's so hard to do that. It's so hard to do that. Okay, it's hard. My lamp is moving. Okay, my lamp is even frustrated by this. Just the dumbest shit I've ever read. So word on the curb is that she's portraying that they're not. Not the lamp. Yes, honey. The lamp is even moving. My lamp is like, girl, you a lie. You a lie. Yeah, I saw that Tasha K ran that article. And no shade to Tasha K. No shade to Tasha K at all. But that's a mess. And y'all know Tasha K love mess. Come on, we're just being honest. We love her. She messy. Okay. But I got the article pulled up. Okay, this is from blackenterprise.com. blackenterprise.com wrote this article. And I already proofread it, so they actually have an editor somewhere. A big ghetto mess. Don't call her that now. Don't say that now, honey. She's not a big ghetto mess. She just we all a mess though. Let's be honest. Okay. So this article is from blackenterprise.com. You can check out the article. It was written June 3rd this year. You said, I hope Michelle links with Lovely T. I don't think so. I don't think she could. She could, but I don't know if she will. So it says Pastor John Gray is being accused of cheating on his wife once again by the controversial YouTube personality Tasha K. Now that's according to Black Enterprise. Last week, Tasha K posted a video call out of a popular South Carolina pastor, Relentless Church, after allegedly having a personal conversation with a woman claiming to be the religious leader's mistress. According to the mistress, he's sending me cash apps. He said he's doing this to move me to Atlanta. He's going to buy me a house. He's going to buy me a car. Tasha K claimed the alleged mistress told her this. What's up, Perks? The blogger explained the alleged mistress's claims that she had virtual sessions with the pastor for months before realizing that he was a well-known pastor, John Gray. Now, I don't know what a virtual session is, but somebody catch me up to speed. What's a virtual session? Like a prayer session? Tasha K claimed the woman was virtually pleasing. Got you. Okay. Now we know what the virtual session is. Smash the like buttons. Please. I don't ask for much. Tasha K claims the woman was virtually pleasing Gray over the phone and being told she would receive all the material possessions of her desire. Just time out there. What in the hell? Not virtual sessions, honey. What's up, Tree Dollar? Tree Dollar's on a boat, y'all. She'll be back. Messy, honey. Let me continue on. Y'all not gonna distract me from reading this article, okay? Y'all not gonna distract me from reading this article. Got it? All three apps got it. I know y'all like to clown around in these comment section, but y'all gonna let me finish this fucking article. Okay? He's pimping women out virtually. It's the commentary. Who are we talking about? John Gray, honey. This article again comes from Black Enterprise, and it is accusing John Gray of having an additional extramarital affair. All we're doing is reading the article. Okay. After pleasing John Gray, according to Tasha K, the alleged mistress was left dissatisfied. Now, I don't know how satisfied you could be from virtually pleasing someone. I just don't know. Tell me. Tell me how you can be dissatisfied from virtually pleasing someone. What exactly did you expect on your end? Having to reach his hand through the phone? Scratch that. She was virtually dissatisfied. Fellow YouTube personality Larry Reed stepped into the situation to get some clarity on the alleged affair. Reed posted a video offering an update on the allegations after having his own personal conversation with the alleged mistress. He also revealed that the video the alleged mistress sent Tasha K confirming her alleged relationship with John Gray. I know that Pastor John Gray. He's not wicked. He is wounded, Reed said. He's not telling his whole story. Well, clearly, the nigga don't know how to tell the truth. Now, I love you, Larry Reed. I love you. Thank you very much, Boozy Floozy. I love you, Larry Reed. But come on, man. That's your quote, my brother. I know that Pastor John Gray is not wicked. He's wounded, Reed said. He's not telling his whole story. At this point, do we give a fuck? Do we care what John Gray's story is? No, we don't. We don't. I don't. I don't. Let's hear what the peanut gallery has to say. According to Eamon here on the Leam app, he stated whole behavior on John's part. Whole behavior indeed. John Gray needs to stop. Let's just continue the article. Let's just continue the article before I get caught up in these comments. According to Black Enterprise, Reed touched on deep-rooted pain John Gray is possibly experiencing personally that he is not comfortable sharing with the public. After speaking with the alleged mistress, Reed said the woman has never met Gray personally. Her relations with Gray were all virtual. They did not F, Reed claimed, using a vibration of curse words. Using a variation of curse words. They did not F. Okay, but let's just take a time out again from this article, right? Can you build a relationship with someone virtually? Thank you, Boozy Floozy. I love him. You do? You love John Gray? You said, right. Talking about his wife to the mistress with the baby there. I remember that with the pizza. I remember that, honey. Let me get over here on YouTube. Let's see what they got to say. John had 2 affairs too late. That's from MI on YouTube. John had 2 affairs too late. So Regatta said, I don't give an AF. Two blessed friends, Co said an emotional attachment. Larry Reed. I love Larry Reed too. He needs to sit down. Who, John Gray? Absolutely, honey. Hello, Brenna Love. He needs to step down from the pulpit. I don't know who is letting John Reed or John Gray preach on their behalf. I don't know who is letting John Gray pray over them. Confused by that a little bit. I'm just a little confused. Why are you letting John Gray pray over you? I'm not saying you have to have the most perfect pastor pray over you, but you at least want one to admit their wrongs. Or am I wrong? What's up, Amp? Mrs. Amp? I'm just saying. I just sound like a whole bunch of bullshit to me. We're gonna finish the article out. Tasha and Reed also came together to rehash their findings and continue putting Gray on blast. The latest allegation comes 3 years after Gray appeared on The Real and owned up to cheating on his wife. Gray made headlines in 2019 after taking the pulpit to call out the strange woman tempting a pastor. Give me a break. That's the end of the article. Give me a break. 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 Hold on one second, y'all. Give me a break. You're cheating. Quit cheating. He said, I want a piece of this Kit Kat bar. Well, he bought her a Lambo last time. Oh, well, maybe this time he'll buy her Mars. How many cars is he going to buy this woman? I don't know. Why are they calling that lady Avenger? I don't know. Why are they calling her that? Listen. You said, how many affairs? This is from New Jersey Mom. How many affairs can one pastor have before someone says, bruh? I think that's bruh. I don't know, New Jersey Mom. Virtual cars? No, Amethyst. They're talking about his current wife. No idea. No idea, but and that's all fine and well, but we have our first commercial break. It's all fine and well. For first commercial break. Okay. What I missed. We'll do a recap after the commercial. Love for you. So this ad is brought to you by She's Brown Like Me. She's Brown Like Me is a series of products brought to you by Shauna. We love her here. She's Brown Like Me is actually a content creator here on TikTok. Shop her website for inspirational posters, lunchboxes, bookmarks, and school supplies for little girls in your life so they can feel inspired. I posted a link in my link tree for She's Brown Like Me. Go there now, get your inspirational merch, and follow She's Brown Like Me here on TikTok. Thank you. So we're talking about John Gray. John Gray is that infamous pastor who was cheating on his wife and bought her a Lambo. Currently, according to Tasha K and Larry Reed, he is, I love these commercials. According to Tasha K and Larry Reed, he is still cheating on his wife, but this time virtually. Apparently, he had a virtual relationship with a mistress who he promised the world to, and he got caught. So the mistress spoke out to Tasha K and Larry Reed about her allegations. Honey, it's a mess. Honey, it's a mess. Honey, it's a mess. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Just a mess. Listen, that's just the first wild story today. We have several, and they always come in boiling, piping, steaming hot. The second story I want to talk about, the second story I actually want to get to. So I was driving today. This is how I drive. I don't know about you guys, but I drive like this. Okay. And I heard that there is a new Buzz Lightyear movie. Apparently, I didn't even know that one came out today. He met her virtually, pretty girl Danny. It didn't say. He just met her virtually. And apparently, there's a Buzz Lightyear movie coming out. So I'm listening to 93.7 here in the sticks. And I hear the DJ get on and talk about how Tim Allen was not the current Buzz Lightyear. I guess they found a new guy. Apparently, conservatives are pissed that there's a new Buzz Lightyear. So the DJ on 93.7 Kiss FM says, I just wish people would leave politics out of this. He was not black. I'm so tired of disc jockeys, white disc jockeys, always saying that politics doesn't mean anything. And they wish people leave politics out of it so we can go back to the good old days where people can be silently racist and outwardly racist. To the guy at 93.7 Kiss FM, whoever the fuck you are, you should lose your job immediately. Not because of the statement you made, but because you sound like an idiot. You might live in some white Eurocentric bubble somewhere in the suburbs of Phoenix, Arizona. But for the rest of us, politics is a matter of life or death. So hopefully, if anyone from Kiss FM hears this, get that guy off the air immediately. That's my little snippet. That's my little tiny snippet that I wanted to mention because I was just like, yuck. Yuck. I want to talk about this next story. Fuck that DJ. I want to talk about this next story. I want to talk about DJ Quick. Now, another nosy bystander actually reached out to me on Twitter and on YouTube and left a comment under one of the live videos and says, dang, DJ Quick's kids just stay in trouble. And then she elaborated and stated, well, his daughter's in jail for murder. Did anyone else know that? I don't think you saw my comments on Leave. Oh, let me get over there now. Did anyone else know DJ Quick's daughter was in jail for... Oh, because we're going to get into the article. And let me pull up these comments. I'm sorry about that. Y'all comments be going here on the Lee map. Who she killed, child? We about to get into it. This is from Bonsai. Hello, Bonsai. Hello, Sierra. Hello, Lioness. Hello, Amethyst. Hello, Bernicia. You not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. So I came over here. Okay, Miss Sassy Lips. I got the comments open. We're about to read this article because, honey child. No shade to DJ Quick, but who's raising these kids? Hello from Honduras. So this article is written May 28th, last month. Where is DJ Quick's daughter? Her name is Daviana Blake. And gosh, DJ Quick's daughter has been trending lately for a rumor of first-degree murder of her toddler son. That's the rumor. So let's just get into it. So the article is by Mixed Media. I'm sorry, the article's by mixedmedia.com. It says DJ Quick's an American rapper and record producer. He's collaborated with the names of Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Shaquille O'Neal, blah, blah, blah. Presently, the daughter of the famous rapper Daviana Blake is serving jail time after being accused of first-degree murder. This is brought to you by 106.7 WTLC. I don't know where the affiliate it's at. Daviana first rose to fame as a celebrity kid, the daughter of a famous record producer. The heinous crime of murder was committed, allegedly by Daviana, with the help of her boyfriend. Both of them were dating during the 2000s, and they had their baby boy. Their baby boy's name is Blake Alvarez in 2011. However, the relationship of the couple took a U-turn during those phases. Nobody thought the heinous crime committed by the couple. Since then, they have been spending time in jail. Daviana Blake has been charged with first-degree murder of her son. She was charged with beating him to death. The parents of the dead infant were standing in front of the body in the apartment. Damn. According to witnesses, Daviana was disciplining her son for wetting the bed. One of the outsiders even mentioned that he heard noises of smacks. During the investigation, the police officers found signs of multiple bruises on his arms, legs, and buttocks, and his head. Back in 2013, Daviana was actually popular on Twitter, making headlines for first-degree murder. So I guess this case is a bit old. The 21-year-old was found full of blame for the death of her infant. He even asked DJ Quick about the incident, but he refused to make a statement. DJ Quick never made a statement. This is back in 2013. Wow. Wow. What do you think happened? This is back in 2013, I guess. What is it? 106.7 WTLC resurfaced the article. Somebody was interested in it. So they rewrote the article and updated it. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. Isn't his son in jail for murder? Wow. I mean, that's crazy. Like, sheesh. And I found an extended article, so we're going to read into that. Let me get to some of your comments first, okay? Someone says, how can you what? These kids, children having children and no patience, just out of control. This sounds juicy. That's juicy is not the word there, Star. Someone said, hey, what did I miss? We discussed John Gray earlier, and because it's a live video, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can actually rewind it back, and then you can play it forward. So we discussed John Gray and his virtual affair, and then we're also having a discussion about DJ Quick's daughter back in 2013 was accused of first-degree murder of her infant son. Yes, you definitely need patience to raise a child. Wow, that is insane. I'm going to get to some of your comments. Good grief, House of Felons. Now, Vicky. Sixfold says, but the one with her son is super messy. It is. His son is locked up too. That's correct. His son is locked up, Vicky. Wow. Wow. Sounds unstable. It sounds a lot going on in DJ Quick's household. Honestly, it sounds like a lot going on in DJ Quick's household. Ciao. This too much murder. Indeed. Wow. That's why I'm pro-choice. Because yikes. I don't even know what to say to that. She's in jail now, Ebony? Did I miss part 13? No, it's never posted it. How old is she? At the time, I believe she was 21. That was 2013. She'd be 30 now. What about the lady that took the Latino mother's kid? Did they catch her? Well, we're talking about DJ Quick's daughter, so I don't know what story that is, Gemini, unfortunately. Wow. It's just crazy. The story is insane. So I want to get to the second article that I pulled up about this story. It's a little bit more detailed. It says daughter. Here we go. Sorry about that. It says DJ Quick's daughter is in she is in Phoenix. Got you. What is her name? It's Daviana Blake. So DJ Quick's daughter is a Phoenix mother facing possible first-degree murder charges after her 2-year-old son was found outside of his apartment Wednesday. Daviana Blake, 21 at the time. Now, mind you, this is 2013. Daryl Moses Alvarez, who's 24, that's the baby dad. They were arrested by Phoenix police. The couple were found standing next to the body of their child outside the apartment. Court documents show a witness told investigators he heard Alvarez disciplining the child for wetting the bed and that he could hear the child being spanked. The witnesses described the discipline as excessive. Yikes. Let me finish stretching this out. It says, I don't know what. Okay, here we go. Wow, that's just so sad. It's just like incredibly sad. So it says that the child looked to be, hold on one second. Let me pull this up just a little bit bigger so I can see it. Yo, my eyes ain't what they used to be, okay? My eyes are not what they used to be. So it says, she says she went to work. Okay, so let's get to the second part of the story. This is Daviana, the baby's mom. Daviana says she went to work, and when she returned home, her son was lethargic and had multiple bruises and stopped breathing, while she and Alvarez argued over taking her son to the hospital. According to the documents, Alvarez later told the police that he had disciplined his son with a woven belt during the day after he soiled himself in the bathroom. An autopsy showed the child suffered a lacerated liver, severe internal bleeding, and multiple bruises throughout his body, inconsistent with being struck with a belt only. According to the documents, both parents were arrested and booked in jail on suspicion of child abuse and first-degree murder. It was the dad, but I guess because the mom had argued back and forth on whether or not they were going to go to the hospital, that's starting to sound premeditated. Does that make sense? If you saw your child looking lethargic and hurt and not responding, you take them to the hospital immediately. Why are you standing around having a full-blown debate about it? Exactly, birdie chick. Then arguing about taking him. Like, what the heck? You don't do that. You don't just, oh, what do we do? Just do it. So it's giving premeditated. It's giving a setup. It's giving whatever the hell else it was supposed to be giving, but it wasn't supposed to be giving all of that. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be giving all of that. It's given not looking good. Not looking good at all. No, it's looking ghetto. Trey said, "Damn, shaking my head. Same here, Trey. Yes, just wild, just wild and ghetto." Like, I just would like to interview DJ Quick. I would like to interview DJ Quick. Like, at what point did you feel like your parenting was just taking a left-hand turn? You know what I mean? Like, obviously you rear your children at a specific age, and then they're really off to do whatever they're going to do. But at some point, you got to step in as a parent. Where were you as a grandparent, at least? You know? Please interview him. Now, bougie. How I'm gonna do that? How I'm going? Listen, I do my best. I reach out to everyone. Sometimes I get hit. Sometimes I don't. I'll take your advice. Maybe I should talk to the daughter. She's in jail. She's incarcerated. She ain't got nothing else to do but talk. That's always a that's always an option. So if you missed the show, it starts at 5 o'clock Pacific every single day. You can actually check out the replay on YouTube. It's airing now, but YouTube allows you to rewind it. The first half of the show, we talked about John Gray and his virtual assistant. And right now we're discussing a 2013 case with DJ Quick's daughter, who's currently incarcerated for first-degree murdering of her 2-year-old child. Sheesh. I'm not in the blogs. I made my way to Lipstick Alley one time, honey. I'm not famous, okay? I'm not famous. I made it to Lipstick Alley, and they gave me a whole thread, okay? He's a DJ Quick from LMLDC. Yeah, DJ Quick. I don't know what that means, but the famous one. I need my hoodie, damn. I'm working on it. Let me get some of your comments over here on YouTube. I think she joined in. Yeah, I think she joined in. Or she knew because what the medical examiner basically in this article is stating is that wasn't a spanking with a belt. That was a continuous abuse, which means that she couldn't have just been at work and missed it. That was continuous abuse. So she had to at least witness it and still chose not to call the police. You understand what I mean? This from OJ Walker says, I just got here. Who are we talking about? We're talking about DJ Quick. OJ, we're talking about DJ Quick and his daughter's 2013 arrest for first-degree murder of her son. Lipstick Alley's your guilty pleasure? Me too, Amanda. Me too. But we have another ad. We got another one. Commercial break. After the commercial break, I'm gonna I'm gonna throw in a co-host. One. We gotta go one at a time because when they get together, honey, my co-hosts cackle like hens, but I want to hear from them. This ad is brought to you by Style Improve. Style Improve. Hear me out, okay? Now, mind you, I don't comb my hair, but I know a lot of you bitches do. Okay? I know a lot of you also get your hair done. I know a lot of you guys get your hair done. Not me. I'm not a big fan of combs. Okay. Are you a stylist tired of taking the time to thread your C-hooked needles, whatever those are? Because I feel like y'all get a lot of sew-ins. Well, your prayers have been answered. Check out Kenya's website. It's in my link tree. It's called Quick Sew-Ins. This is a patent-pending, trademarked product from a Black-owned stylist. Kenya sells pre-threaded, C-shaped sew-in needles, both large and small, and you can check out her website in my link tree. Shout out to Go Getter. You've seen her in the comments. She always here. We love her. Give her all her motherfucking flowers for patenting her own product. Check her out. Let's get to our Nosy Bystanders. Vicky, if you're on the app, we want to hear from you. You go, girl. Maybe I'm going to get a sew-in one day. Go get her. Go get us dope. What's up, Bonsai? We have one Nosy Bystander in the building. Did you want to add anything to any of these stories? John Gray or DJ Quick's daughter, Daviana Blake?
I wanted to ask a question. The DJ Quick that you're talking about, is it the DC DJ Quick or is it the LA DJ Quick?
I don't know. This is DJ Quick. He said he's worked with a number of artists, Tupac. That's all
That's
I
LA.
got. That's all I got. I got DJ
Yeah,
Quick. That's it.
that's LA. Yeah, that's LA. What I was gonna say about John Gray is I want to hear you say his wife's name. I'm
What's her
being
name?
messy. No, you say it. Look it up on the internet, and you read it out loud and say how you think it's pronounced.
John Gray's wife's name? Oh, what kind of mess is this? Aventer? Aventer? Is that how you pronounce it? Aventer?
I think so. I've been calling her a Ventador ever since he bought that deal Lambo. And she was up there acting like he wasn't messing with that lady. And he clearly was. You could tell by his body language that he was lying. I don't know.
Oh,
It's sad.
He trifling. He trifling. Let me hear from you, Vicky. Hello, Vicky. Hello? We got Nosy Bystander, but she may not hear us. Vicky.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, how you doing? Yes. Did you want to add
technical difficulties?
Did you?
They don't want me to talk about John.
Okay, well, let me hear what you got to say about the John Gray story and his virtual assistant.
Yeah, I love that name. Okay, because I'm a virtual assistant. John Gray's a mess. Okay, he's a liability to his family. If you remember, they had a show on Harpo's network. Okay, ruined it for the family. Okay, so they took that show down, and I don't know if you heard Tasha K say that his issue, like he tried to, I don't know the word for it, kind of church them and say that someone had urinated in his mouth when he was younger at 6 years old. You didn't hear this?
I've never heard that.
At 6. Hey, John, you're 48. I'm going to need you to work that out, fix that, and stop cheating on your wife because we're not buying it.
That's right.
Like, whatever you're selling, we're not buying it. Like, okay, did you know that all this? Why are we just hearing this? Natasha K went off on him, and I was like, yes, please. We don't want this, John. Yo. What do you want us to do with this?
Oh, wow. Well,
I mean, it is a tragedy. It's something he's dealt with, but I almost feel like, okay, so this is like maybe the second or third time we've caught you cheating, and now you're bringing this out. So what?
Like, why are you married at this point? For what?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then the micro-peen situation. What are you doing, Avenger? Why are you there? Because I don't. I don't see the win here.
Yowzas. Oh, well, you know what, Vicky? Thank you for that insight. Ooh, we're gonna have to break that down. Thank you. Ooh, child. Let me hear from Eamon. I'm trying to get everybody on stage so I can hear from what everyone's got to say before we move on to the next story. What's up, Eamon? Hello? We might have lost him. Eamon. Hey, did you have any context that you wanted to add it to the John Gray story or his virtual assistant or to the DJ Quick story with his daughter?
Well, we all know about John Gray.
Can you speak up a little?
This ain't his first. I said we all know about John Gray. This ain't his first time.
No, it's not.
Evidently, this is just a repeated cycle, and like I said, he likes to preach deliverance, but he can't seem to deliver himself from fornicating with other women,
even virtually.
Yeah, virtually. I mean, if you're gonna cheat, you might as well just go ahead and make her physically at that point.
Yeah, at that. Listen. You're from your ears to God's lips. Okay. Thank you, Eamon. Let me hear from Sixfo. And then we're gonna move on to the next story. Hello, Sixfo.
Hi, Stephanie. Hey. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Okay. Look, I'm about to be real messy. Okay. First of all, John Gray been cheating on his wife since day one. And the only reason why she's been sticking around with him is because of the benefits that he brings. Now, y'all remember, like, who was that? Vicky was talking about the show he had. He was making a lot of money. He was writing for other artists. He was bringing in dough. And every time he was cheating on her, he was gifting her big diamond rings. He was gifting her cars. He was doing everything to try to keep the marriage alive. Because remember, he had that big congregation. He was in the church and he was trying to make it seem like, hey, I'm the pastor. We doing big things over here as a congregation. He wanted to keep the front up. That's when stuff got messy. He started indulging more in, adultery stuff. And he started getting more wicked with it. From what I've been hearing, it's more stuff, allegedly, that's going to come out in regards about this whole thing.
Yeah.
A virtual assistant is not the worst of it. Okay. It is not the worst of it from what I hear. He's been, what they say, swinging it low and swinging it wide for many years. And it's a lot of people that got dirt on him from what I hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all of that information. Second of all, you got to take a look at DJ Quick's son. Because
I did.
CPT.
We did. So about 3 weeks ago, we actually did a full deep dive on DJ Quick and his son and that case. Today, someone I said, you didn't know his daughter was in jail? I was like,
what? I knew about the daughter because we talked about it on our stuff on my little platform too. Mm-hmm. We talked about the daughter, but the son stuff came up. And I was like, well, wait a minute, because we was trying to figure out why he had to fight with Julio.
Yeah.
Julio Gonzalez is the one that got shot and died.
Yeah.
And from what we were picking up, allegedly, it made it seem like he had some kind of relationship with the woman that Julio was connected to, and it was a big old fight. That's what I was picking up about it.
That's what I.
Because it just seemed seemed a lot messy. And I was like, why they keep mentioning like council member? He under council member Isaac and stuff like that. I was like, something else is really into it. So that's what I was picking up from that thing. And the daughter was mad, freaking wrong. You right. I do believe that she was, trying to cover up what she did. She didn't take the necessary precautionary measures to try to save, her child from all of that. So yeah, that whole thing, I was all in on. But girl, this is the tea. You spilling the tea.
I'm trying. I be trying. Thank you, 6'4". Girl, I be trying. I just be trying to hear from y'all too. Shit, be a lot. It's
a lot.
Doing deep dives on these individual people. It's just, it'd be too much work. So the best that I can really do with a lot of these stories, thank you again, 6'4". The best I can do with a lot of these stories is really just talk about bits and pieces, but I really rely on the Nosy Bystanders to kind of jump in and chime in on these stories so we can get the full picture. A lot of them I just can't do by myself, but damn, I didn't know he was swinging it low and wide. 6'4". And Bernicia, I sent you an invite. Bernicia here on the voice step. Brenda, I sent you an invite on stage, but I didn't hear from you.
Here I
am. Hey, how you doing?
I just got the invite.
Okay. Did you want to chime in on any of these stories before we move on to the next story about DJ Quick and his daughter, or John Gray?
Well, John Gray.
Mm-hmm.
John Gray don't feel like sexting is cheating, and they do a lot of men. But I want to ask you this about the woman. If the man ain't bought you nothing up until now, what makes you think he's finna buy you something anytime soon? That makes no sense.
No, but that's right.
I have no tolerance for stupid women. Because one reason is because I've been stupid before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
For stupid. It's all right. It's all right to be a fool. And you don't know you're a fool. It really ain't, but you don't know you're a fool, so but a fool and you know you're a fool, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, no.
Don't make no sense.
No, I feel you. Like, I don't know how long she thought this was gonna go on, but if you ask my personal opinion, she went straight to the bloggers because she felt wronged, right? She felt like she didn't get her end of the deal. And now that I kind of think about it, when we read that article and she said she wasn't satisfied, I don't think it was sexually. I think it was financially. So like at the end of the calls that he will call her and do these calls, right? These sexual favors virtually. I feel like he was supposed to send her something in return, and she just never got anything, right? Like, oh, I'm about to Venmo you 2 racks, and the Venmo never came, or oh, I'm going to pay your rent for the next 3 months, right, and the rent check never got sent. So that's why she went. That's why she went to the blog. She didn't have to go nowhere else. She went directly to the blogs.
That's exactly what I believe.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
But that's right.
No, but you're so right, and I couldn't agree with you more. But thank you, Brenda. I'm going to throw you right back into the audience, and we're going to move on to the next story because this one's kind of a doozy. So someone sent me this article. Now, this article I wanted to read because it was interesting. Now, I've seen it circulating all over TikTok yesterday, and it's from the Daily Beast. So let me pull it up here. So it's about a Black teenage boy who was accosted while looking for his friend in a white neighborhood. If you know that story, just chime in and smash like buttons everywhere. So the article comes from the Daily Beast. I like the Daily Beast. They actually fucking report on stories, unlike some of these other raggedy publications. But the Daily Beast actually reports on shit. So the title of the article is 2 white men arrested after a virtual video captures terrified Black teen. So let's get into the article. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up for you here. Hold on, Daily Beast. Here we go. So it says 2 Florida men accused of attacking Black teen and damaging his car. It says 2 white men were arrested after accused of harassing a Black teenager and damaging his car as he drove through a Stanford, Florida neighborhood. The alleged incident happened Tuesday just before 6 p.m. in the Lake Forest neighborhood, an upscale area in Seminole County. It was partially recorded on a cell phone after the teen, Jermaine Jones, shared it with his father on Facebook. The 2 men identified by the Seminole County Sheriffs are Donald Korsky and Howard Hughes. One of the men accused Jermaine of burning out / racing his car through the neighborhood. Jermaine asked the men to go back to where they came from. "I'm not in your face. Get out of my neighborhood," one of the men said. Korsky and Hughes, who were arrested on Tuesday, have since posted bond and released from jail, according to the NBC News affiliate. In the NBC News article, the interview for Jermaine and his mother, Nico Jones, on Friday, she said that her son might not be alive if he had not tried to de-escalate the situation. The video shows the back of Jermaine's window in his Mercedes-Benz, which is crazy. This 16-year-old teen is driving a fucking Mercedes-Benz. And so before I even get to the rest of this article, it's in my head, I'm starting to think, was it racial or was it racial because they didn't want him in the neighborhood, or was it racial because they didn't like the fact that there was a 16-year-old kid driving a Mercedes-Benz C230? Is that what it was? Because that's what it seems like to me. It seems like anytime a Black person is shining and a racist person sees it, they immediately hit them like an attack dog. So you saw this Black kid driving a Mercedes, and it's a nice Benz. I ain't gonna lie to you. The shit is clean. It's a nice Mercedes-Benz C230, and they probably saw it and was like, what is this nigga doing in this car in our neighborhood? Like, how dare he? Because in my opinion, I don't think they didn't think he was from that neighborhood. I think they saw him and they were offended that he could potentially live in that neighborhood. That's my personal opinion. They were offended that he was in the neighborhood, not that they didn't believe he lived there. They believed he lived there. There's no 16. I don't know any 16-year-old driving a Mercedes-Benz C230. I don't. I think they were in the back of their head. They were probably thinking, how can his parents afford to live here? Well, clearly, if his friends live in that neighborhood, he lives in that neighborhood. Not only does he live in that neighborhood, kids, again, children are only friends with other kids based off proximity. Kids are not going to be friends with kids in a neighborhood 30 miles away. It's impossible. So if his friends live in that neighborhood, 10 times out of 10, they probably go to school together and he probably lives in that neighborhood. I think that they couldn't believe that he lived in that neighborhood. That's what it was. And they really didn't want that nigga in there. Just insane. Just insane racism. It's insane. You said he was young and fabulous, right? MI said he was young and fabulous, and they could not deal with it. I agree, Steph. I agree. Yes. In Florida, no surprise. Literally no surprise. You said he was visiting a friend. They told him, you don't belong here. You said, damn, what are we now? Girl, just crazy. You just, who knows at this point? You can't even, I don't even talk. Listen, I know racism exists. I don't talk about it much because I already know it exists. I'm a nigga. I know it exists. Do I got to sit here and talk about it all day? Probably not. But people don't understand like how hard it is to exist as a Black person, just being mediocre. Like you can't even be mediocre. New NJ Mom 8500. Where do I know you from? The auntie said you can't even breathe in peace. You can't even breathe in peace. Like, do you know how hard it is just to be a regular person? It's tough. It's tough. Hello, Tree Dollar. It's tough. And that Black kid, I hope he sued him for everything. I hope he sues him for damage and destruction to property, for emotional distress. I hope he sues. What's up, Just Negro? I hope he sues them for everything. For everything. I hope he sues them for everything. Just disgusting. Hold on, we got a commercial break. Stay quiet. This ad is brought to you by Super Investors. Super Investors is a financial literacy game company that promotes and encourages families to interact with their kids about finances through fun and play. At what age do you think parents should initiate financial literacy to a child? It's a great question. Super Investors' goal is to bring awareness to families, especially in the inner city, of how important it is to teach your children about saving, investing, managing their inheritance, and building a business and more. If you want to know more about Super Investors, please check out the link in my link tree and have fun learning about money. This message was brought to you by Valencia of Super Investors. So give Valencia a shout out. She's awesome. Back to the story. Now, what kind of ghetto shit is this? Let me get my nosy bystanders on the scene. Also, too, if you want for ad promotion, simply just DM us here on Nosy Bystanders on Instagram or Twitter. Okay? Instagram or Twitter. I got the hands up. Let me get the Nosy Bystanders in the building. I want to hear from Vicky. Now, I don't think we heard from Vicky last time, but let me get Vicky on. Yes, I did see the news clip. What's up, Rich Homie Trina? Hello, Vicky.
Oh, yeah, you heard from me.
Yay.
Hi.
Hello. Did you have any points you wanted to make about this story?
No, I didn't have anything to say about this particular story. I had chimed in on the John Gray a little bit earlier.
Okay. Well, no, not a problem. Let me throw you back into the audience. I'm going to get somebody else here on the screen. Hold on. We got Bonsai. Let's throw Bonsai up here. What we got? These, not the white bread, simply Ally. Or is it Ally? Is it Allie? Simply Allie, not the white loaf of bread. She said, these are crazy. What's up, Bonsai?
Nothing. I saw that thing with that boy, and all I have to say is, I think that these people would have learned their lesson if George Zimmerman was actually prosecuted the way he should have been prosecuted. You're approaching kids, being aggressive and violent towards kids because you so-called don't know what they're supposed to be. Can be lethal. We've seen it before, so I don't understand why these people want to keep on playing this stupid game. And I advocate to sue, but you already know that. So he needs to sue. They got all that money, living in that nice house, living in that nice, need all of that. I want your 401k and I want all of that. You can keep your job because you're going to need money because you're going to get old. But I want all of that. That's all I have to say. And I'm a mother of a teenage boy.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. Yeah, wow. No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Thank you, Bonsai. No, the situation is wild in and of itself, okay? The situation is wild in and of itself. And I'm just not entirely sure, like what's going on? Like, what's going on? What's happening? Why is this happening? But, I digress. Dim crackers. Complex anxiety, don't get blocked. Not you saying dim crackers. Dim crackers indeed, honey. Dim crackers indeed. Ooh-wee. Let me close these articles out. It's just a hot mess. It's a hot mess. It's ghetto. It's giving ghetto. And I'm like, therefore, I am sick of it. Okay, therefore, I am sick of it. Now, I wanted to talk about, for our final story of the evening, I wanted to talk about a little bit more of information because a lot of these stories that I'm working on are very much ongoing. They're very much, we have to get kind of some sort of understanding for them. So by talking out a lot of the stories with you guys, it helps me figure out which kind of questions I'm going to, or which direction I'm going to take a story. So just so you know, upcoming Juneteenth is Sunday, and the Blamazon docu-series comes out Sunday on YouTube. Pray for me because I'm backed up on that story. So that story comes out on Juneteenth. I'm working on the Wendy Williams story. That story is currently ongoing. And I'm still wrapping up this story with the TD Jakes in him. Okay. So those are the current 3 stories that I'm working on simultaneously. I am working on a story on Nick Cannon because it's not that there's many answers, but there's a lot of fucking questions surrounding Nick Cannon. I saw a video the other day about somebody talking about how he was diagnosed with lupus a few years ago, and someone thinks that he's having all these kids for stem cell research. And I laughed, and then I was like, no, they might be right. They might be right. Listen, I don't put nothing past rich people, okay? I don't put anything past rich people. I don't put nothing past rich people, okay? I don't put nothing past them. If Nick Cannon's building an army of stem cells, then I totally agree with that. Okay. He literally has a football team making, or he's building a cult. It's one of two. It's one or the two. Okay, it's one or the two. Because we don't know actually what the fuck is going on with Nick Cannon. MI says, just think of it. Some go to communities with HOAs to be safe, and that's what got me about the George Zimmerman case. You're correct. And that was just a little snippet of the last conversation we just had. I vote both. Someone says, I'm more confused as to why women keep getting pregnant by him. There is something going on because everyone seems to know Nick Cannon's situation, right? It seems like everyone knows about him having multiple children by multiple women at multiple times. So if I ever got approached by Nick Cannon just casually at a bar, I wouldn't be drawn to wanting to fuck him without a condom. That's just me. That's just me. Which makes me feel like it's a preposition. I don't think these women are having kids with him because they just so love him and he's so convincing. I think they're having kids with him because he's propositioning them with something. It seems like a transactional relationship. It seems like a give and take. You give me a baby, I give you whatever it is you want. Money, having your rent paid for the rest of your life, who knows? And it's funny because all the women look the same. You know? Yeah, so it's, I don't know. The situation just seems weird. It does seem transactional, in my opinion. You know, I can only go based off of common sense. I can't go based off of anything else. Yeah, it's interesting. You said the Core Jake's you said the Core Jake's story will not be a wrap up. The story will be ongoing, more things to come out, if you say so. If you say so. If you say so. Because I got that tip yesterday. So if you guys weren't on the show yesterday, I got a tip that came in. A tipster called into the Nosy Bystander. I'll show it to you. We have a phone. It's the Nosy Bystanders tip line. And so a Nosy Bystander called in with a tip yesterday and basically insinuated the fact that they thought, allegedly, not me, they thought allegedly that it was widely known that Cora Jakes has acquired these children, right? She's the stream of children is coming in and out of her life and was acquiring them for other families as if she were some sort of liaison or a black market adoption agency. That needs to be investigated. No one's going to do it, so I guess I'll do it. Because when you think about the situation, there's a lot of kids. There's a lot. Just think of just for a second, okay? Just for a second. Think about that for a second. It's understandable that some people are just around a lot of kids. My granny is. My grandma's around babies all the time. But if I had to guess on an average daily basis, how many children my grandma is around all day, every day? Probably like 2. Not 2 different kids every day, 2 of the same kids every day. Because my granny is a granny. She loves to babysit her. Well, not my grandma, but my grandma, these babies' great grandma. Okay. So my grandma loves to be a great grandma, But even when you have a prominent family and you are exceedingly wealthy, it doesn't make sense for you to surround yourself with that many different people on that many different accords for that many different children. And you're not a registered agent in foster care. So it doesn't make sense. Where are you acquiring all of these different families and for what means? So it makes you wonder. So hold on to that thought because we have a commercial break. Hold your questions till after the commercial, damn it. This ad is brought to you by Kiana Scott. Kiana Scott 1 is a TikToker here, but she also has a website. So head over to kianascott.com where you can find handmade satin bonnets. These handmade satin bonnets are reversible and they come in 5 colors. That includes purple, gold, orange, cream, hot pink, light pink, mustard green, mustard yellow, olive green, and blue and green. If you make a purchase of $50 or more, you can actually use Shop Pay for 4 easy payments of 0 interest. So check out the link in my bio, kianascott.com, and also follow her here on TikTok. Okay. Back to the show. So when you think about it for a second, right? It's unusual. Let me get since we're wrapping up the show, I want to get a couple of co-hosts on here to help us wrap out this show. So just think about that for a second, okay? Just think about that for a second. I have 6 foe, K, Brenda, Eamon, everybody on stage quickly. Turn your mics on. And don't talk over one another. Dang, you about to leave? Not quite yet. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
What's happening?
Hey, you got your hands up. I want to hear from you guys.
I'm on the grill, so I'm going to be a little quiet.
What done happened?
You guys had your hands up. I wanted to hear from you. Did you have anything you wanted to add to any of these stories for the evening?
I want to talk about the Trayvon, not Trayvon Martin, but the young boy that was profiled in that neighborhood.
Okay. So
he was actually killed. He was actually in the same city that Trayvon Martin was actually killed in.
Yes, he was.
And what made it even worse was that they tried, when the police pulled up there, they accused him of street racing. They played victim when the police pulled up.
Yes.
See, what they tried to do was, when the police pulled up, they tried to make him be combative. So when the police pulled up, because he played so calm, they really had no case against him. Mm-hmm. But the fact that they threw the rock at in his car, and it wasn't even a rock; it was a boulder.
Got you.
It made them look bad.
Yeah, it's not a good look. And even if the person was drag racing in your street, first of all, there's a number of signs that someone's drag racing. It's called streaks on the road.
But if you look at the video, well, if you know anything about Mercedes, that car is really not that powerful enough to do a burnout in. But he was leaving out of a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
He wasn't too far away from the driveway where his friend lived.
Yeah, no, it doesn't even matter what the situation is. Even if somebody was drag racing, even if somebody was trying to do a burnout, it doesn't give you the right to throw a brick in their window. So regardless of what they thought.
What I was trying to get at is that they had profiled him from the jump when he at first came in.
Yeah. So no, I got you. And thank you for that, Eamon. So Kay, did you have anything you wanted to add to any of the stories that we discussed tonight? I think Kay had her hand up, but she may not have her mic off. Kay, can we hear you? Well, that's it, you guys. That's the end of the show. That was a great show tonight. We're going to talk a little bit more about it on Monday. I'm not coming back this weekend. I need y'all to leave me the fuck alone for the weekend, okay? I can't get any work done if I'm here every night, which I love you guys for. So this weekend, I'm going to do my best to...
But baby, I got an after show.
Yeah. Yes. And also, too, you can catch Brenda on the Leam app, formerly known as Voices, for her after show. And she will actually have an after show for you guys to be able to catch her. Okay. So download the Leam app. The link is in my link tree. Download it. You can catch Auntie Brenda on the after show. Okay. Now, tonight I will go live, but I won't be talking any more of this mess. But please follow the Nosy Bystanders on YouTube, on Instagram, and Twitter. If you are looking for promotion for your business like we did today, just go ahead and send us a DM. Our DMs are open. If you ever want to be a co-host, again, download the Leam app. You can get right on stage. You'll be able to talk to us live and add your 2 cents, honey. Because, child, these stories are messy. I'm working on a part 13 for Core Story. I'm simply waiting for 2 additional individuals to allow me to interview them. So have patience with me and the people who come forward. Remember, these are live stories being told, and so a lot of individuals may not feel safe and or comfortable doing so as quickly as you would like to watch it. Okay? My name is Stephanie, your chief nosy bystander. Okay? I'm Stephanie, your chief nosy bystander. I will talk to you guys later. Okay? Bye-bye.